from exam point of view is Lord Hastings. Okay, Hastings, just like Lord Wellesley, he was part 2 of Wellesley. He was also somebody who pursued an aggressive forward policy. He again wanted to control maximum area, okay, of India. That's why he is also very important from that point of view. If we see the challenges in front of him, there were various challenges. Like number 1 challenge for him was Central Indian anarchy. As we have discussed, that the Marathas, majority of the army of the Maratha was disbanded. These mercenary, they were known as Pindaris. So what these Pindari used to do, Marathas used to take them along when they used to fight. And after an area was defeated, Pindara used to loot and plunder. उनको कोई salary नहीं मिलती थी. And that's why once the Marathas stopped fighting war, because they had already signed the Treaty of Subsidiary Alliance. अब करें क्या? घर पे खाना तो पड़ेगा ना. So they started looting and plundering highways, commercial town पूरा के पूरा डकैती शुरू हो गया, है ना? So that's why they were mercenary raiders and they caused widespread chaos in different parts. Maratha disunity, internal conflicts with the Marathas, with some aiming to expel the British. Peshwa's intrigue, the Maratha Peshwa was plotting against the British. Bajirao II, he was feeling very bad that I had signed this treaty and because of this, most of our power has been subdued. So he was also thinking, let us do something and get out of the British control. Finally, we also see the expansion of Gurkha kingdom. Nepal wala jo area tha, this was also becoming stronger. And the growing Gurkha kingdom in Nepal posed a potential threat. That's why he is going to fight the war against Nepal also, which will give us many of the hill station areas of Sikkim, areas of Shimla, Kumaon, Himalaya. All of this will be taken by Hastings. आज देखो जो भी इंडिया है, it is because of the British adventures. जो भी adventure करके गए उसी को लास्ट में हमने समेट के 1947 में it became India. So that's how it has become. So let us see his response. So number 1, he will restore order and he is going to fight against Pindaris. And number 2, he is going to fight war against the Marathas as well as the Gurkhas. So if you see the Gurkhas, it was the kingdom of Nepal, emerged as powerful state from 1768 onwards, and when British were able to acquire Awadh in 1801, okay, it created a border with Nepal. उससे पहले नेपाल का कोई border नहीं था. I hope all of you know Nepal is always in news by coming up with some maps which include Indian territories. तो आज तक चल रही है. तो इसी वजह से this war which was fought with them from 1814 to 1816 since long time. So Gurkha incursions into British control, they caused friction. May 1814, a Gurkha attack on a British police post resulted in casualties and मौका ढूंढ रहे थे Lord Hastings. He declared war on Nepal. मौका दो फिर हम आते हैं. Okay, so several battles were fought throughout 1814 with initial success for the Gurkhas. However, later on their commander Amar Singh Thapa, he was defeated and the British ultimately prevailed. So this is how the Gurkhas, eventually you know that in Indian army there is a Gurkha regiment also, and the people from Nepal, they are allowed to become part of Indian army also. That's why these Gurkhas, they fought very bravely. However, the British, they were going to prevail in the end, and then they signed this treaty of Sugauli. Please remember this treaty. This treaty of Sugauli is very important. Why? Because large number of concessions were given by the kingdom of Nepal. Like number 1, they relinquished their claim on Terai region. Once you read geography, you will understand these terms of Bhabbar, Terai region. So geography पढ़ना है अच्छे से. This Terai lowland, now this was under the control of British. They also gave Kumaon and Garhwal region, जो उत्तराखंड वाला area है, Kumaon and Garhwal area, that also was taken by the British. They also withdrew from Sikkim. Sikkim became a protectorate. Okay, even after independence, I hope all of you know, 1947, it was an Indian protectorate. And finally, they gave an appeal that we want to become part of Indian Union. And by 1972, it became part of India. They agreed to British resident in Kathmandu, limited foreign employment to the British, okay, so that only British could become a part of their kingdom. And British gains, they secured the strategically important Himalayan foothills, including the area around Shimla. तो सारे hill stations ये लेके कौन है? British. They gained access to the future hill station of Wolf, Shimla, है ना, civil service की जो most famous academy है, Labasna, Mussoorie. All of this was because of this war, the Gurkha war and the Treaty of Sugauli. इसको आप ध्यान रखेंगे. This treaty is very, very important. and this is a part of the foreign policy of the British against the frontier states. The aftermath is very important. First of all, he got the recognition of Marquis of Hastings for doing such kind of wonderful work. The Gorkha bravery during the war impressed the British, and eventually they were recruited in the British Indian Army. They were allowed to become part of it. तो ये बहुत important है, which we can remember. In general, नेपाल के ऊपर डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन कभी नहीं आता, बट अ क्वेश्चन कैन कम विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द फ्रंटियर पॉलिसीज. तो जब फ्रंटियर पॉलिसीज की बात करते हैं तो थ्री मेजर एरिया, एक नॉर्थ वेस्ट में आता है where we have the Sindh region, Punjab region and the extended region of Afghanistan. And when we see talk about north and northeastern region, here we have the region of the Nepal, and towards the east is the area of Ahom, which was captured by the British. And when we go towards completely east, there we have the Myanmar. So Myanmar will be captured later on, not by him, it will be captured by Dalhousie. Dalhousie will be responsible for that. Then suppression of the Pindaris. The Pindaris, they were creating law and order problem, and he was a person who was very strong built of mind, and he said that I'm going to finish them off. So the origin of Pindaris, it is lost in obscurity. Nobody knows कि वो start कहाँ से हुआ. But what do we know? There is a reference in the Mughal invasion of Maharashtra, but they did not belong to any particular caste or creed. It means that they may belong to Hinduism, they also belong to the Islam, or they are also Muslims. So they used to serve the army without any payment, but instead they were allowed to plunder. Once you win an area, जाओ अपना salary अपने आप अपने हिसाब से ले लो. And during this time, Bajirao won. They were irregular horsemen attached to Maratha army, and it is worth mentioning here that they never helped the British. They are mostly active in the area of Rajputana and the central provinces and subsisted on plunder. So plunder was the important profession, okay, and that's why they were doing it regularly. They were having leaders from both Hindu as well as Muslim communities. Important figures include Wasil Muhammad, Chitu as well as Karim Khan, and they were having large number of followers, and their activities intensified in the early 19th century. The reason is very clear, because the Maratha signed Treaty of Subsidiary Alliance and their wars activities were over. They plundered districts like Mirzapur, Shahabad, Nizam's territory, and they went even up to northern Sarkars. So that's why it was now in the hands of Hastings to take some strict action against the Pindaris. So while taking the strict action, okay, he wanted to eliminate them. He launched a large-scale military campaign, and see the number of troops that he used for that. More than 1,13,000 troops along with 300 modern guns were utilized, and this was a multi-directional attack. Okay, he personally led the northern forces. Sir Thomas Hislop, he commanded the southern front, and the fate of the Pindari was bound to end. The leader Karim Khan, he surrendered and he got a small estate. Wasil Muhammad, he sought refuge with Scindia, but later on he was handed over to the British, and then he committed suicide. Chitu, he escaped but was killed by Tiger. Okay, and by 1818 they were decisively defeated and their raiding bands were broken up. So that's why law and order was brought in the right kind of shape in northern and central India of India by defeating the Pindaris. So Lord Hastings played a very important role in ensuring this. Then comes the final war, which will be fought with the Marathas. This final war with the Marathas, okay, this was also affected by the search for Pindaris. Pindaris, they were very much linked to Marathas, and when new treaties were signed from 1815 to 1817 with these Maratha chiefs, one thing which was included was that they are not going to support any of the Pindari. So that's why the Maratha chiefs were also affected, because these Pindaris were loyal to them. So consistent infighting, jealousies among the Maratha chiefs, Bhosle, Gaikwad, Scindia, Holkar and Peshwa. And at this point of time, Bajirao II also desired that he need to have freedom from British control, and he was also encouraged by his minister Trimkaji. Okay, so that's how it starts. So what happened eventually? It was the murder of Gaikwad's minister Gangadhar Shastri on Trimbakji's order in 1815, and it led to British outrage, and they demanded for his surrender. Initially he was handed over, but he later escaped, and this escape was bound to create a trail which will eventually lead to the Third Anglo-Maratha War. In between, they had also signed this Treaty of Pune, forced by the Peshwa by the resident known as Elphinstone, and the key points for the Peshwa: abandoned claim to Maratha leadership, reduced power and influence, and this marked a critical step in the Maratha decline. And finally, this restrictions, which includes after the death of Gangadhar Shastri. Second, signing of Treaty of Poona in 1817, and as the result of this, the Peshwa was completely disgruntled and he attacked the British Residency. Okay, उनको treaty sign किया force करा के, and then he went against the Residency at करके, and however he suffered the defeat. Then the resistance started crumbling. They lost in the Battle of Sitabaldi. The Peshwa sought help from Holkar, but they were again defeated in the Battle of Baroda. And by December 1817, the dreams of unified power were shattered. Further British victory came against Scindia. Gaikwad of Baroda was also defeated and he signed the Subsidiary Alliance Treaty. And by 1818, the title of Peshwa was abolished. And the last Peshwa, okay, and his descendant, they were sent to Bithur. Bithur is a place which is very close to Kanpur. वहाँ पे send कर दिया. And finally, as all of us know, Nana Sahib is going to fight for his pension from Kanpur. तो इसके बाद जो पूरी मराठा की history है, that goes towards pension. And the major Marathas, they were now finished. Title was also taken that now no Peshwa is going to be recognized in the future. तो future में कोई भी पेशवा नहीं होंगे. That's what this third Maratha war is all about. If you see the significance, what's the significance? It marked the final collapse of Maratha power. It's the end. Okay, now they're no longer going to be there. They were able to revive themselves after third battle of Panipat. They were able to revive themselves after the first Anglo-Maratha war. But starting from the second Anglo-Maratha war, starting from 1803 till 1818, these 15 years will mark the complete end of the chapter of Marathas. So ध्यान रखना, there's a very big difference in the Marathas of the earlier time and the Marathas after the 1800, because the death of Nana Fadnavis brings in a disarray in this kingdom and they're not able to solve it. And I think it was a very accurate comment. With the death of Nana Fadnavis, all the wisdom departed Maratha kingdom and they're fighting among themselves. And this infighting, फायदा कौन लेगा this divide and rule का? British. They're always ready. And what are the major causes for the defeat of Marathas? अगर हम overall summarize करें, like number one, it is the lack of capable leadership. Okay, we needed a very strong Peshwa who could keep people together. Okay, who could continue this confederacy. But that kind of leadership was not shown by Bajirao II. The major drawback of the Maratha power was also mutual bitterness. Like if you see the second war, this war started because of the quarrel between the Holkar and the Scindias. Okay, and that eventually also engulfed the Peshwa also. They also hardly left any positive impact on conquered territory. This is also important. Suppose if you conquer some area, you should reform its administration. You should make the revenue viable. No such steps were taken by the Marathas. So that's why whenever they extended their empire also, it could not be strengthened. The Maratha did not have cordial relationship with other princes and Nawab of India. This was the major reason for their defeat in the third battle of Panipat. This is the major reason why they supported against the Mysore, which led to the end of Mysore. Once the Mysore was gone, who is going to support when Marathas will be defeated by the British? उनको पता होना चाहिए था that when they were supporting against Tipu Sultan in 1792, that once Tipu Sultan is gone, future में कोई भी नहीं रहेगा जो उनके British के against help कर पाएगा. And that is how what we see. And they failed to estimate correctly the political and diplomatic strength of the British. What these British were trying to do in India, what kind of strength they were having, could not estimate it. All the actions which were taken by them, they were impulsive actions. And impulsive action cannot give you a very good end. And that's why the sad end comes in the 1818. So that's why after this, the Maratha story is completely over.
Hi, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Vikas Alawat. I'm a former civil servant. I was able to crack UPSC twice. In fact, in 2018, I was able to get highest marks in history optional, and they were around 324. So this year, I'm coming up with a series which I'm calling Self-Study History Optional. इस series में 100 से ज़्यादा वीडियो होने वाले हैं, which are going to cover the different nuances of ancient, medieval, modern as well as world history. So those of you who are preparing for 2025, register करिए and try to get the maximum out of this specific initiative of ours. So at Prep Career IAS, we are producing results from last many years. 2023 में बहुत सारे टॉपर्स हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट से थे. 2022, 21 हर साल बहुत अच्छे टॉपर्स यहाँ से निकले हैं. And they have been able to get very good marks in history optional. So those of you who are thinking कि यार start करके कितना कर पाएंगे कितना नहीं कर पाएंगे, we already have achievements with us. I was able to achieve, my students are achieving, and you can be the next. इन सेशंस में क्या होने वाला है? नंबर 1, विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन फाउंडेशन ऑफ बेसिक कंसेप्ट्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम व्हाट इज हिस्ट्री, व्हाट इज हिस्टोरिकल पीरियड, व्हाट इज प्रोटो हिस्ट्री, व्हाट इज प्री हिस्ट्री, बेसिक लेवल. ओके. सेकंड, अलाइनमेंट विद यूपीएससी सिलेबस. जितना भी हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल का सिलेबस है वो 51 पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है. सो वी आर गोइंग टू अलाइन ईच एंड एवरी कंसेप्ट विद द सिलेबस इटसेल्फ. नंबर 3, वी गोइंग टू फोकस ऑन आंसर राइटिंग. ऑल ऑफ यू नो कि जो मेंस है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं होता है, वो सब्जेक्टिव लेवल पे होता है, और आप सब लोगों को आंसर राइटिंग सीखना शुरू करना पड़ेगा, है ना. वी डू नॉट हैव टू मच ऑफ टाइम, तो जिस स्टार्टिंग से ही आंसर राइटिंग शुरू करेंगे. एंड नंबर 4, द ओवरऑल पैकेज इज़ वेरी होलिस्टिक इन नेचर. तो अगर आप इसको अच्छे से कर लेते हैं तो जो बेसिक लेवल फाउंडेशन हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल की वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगी. यू आर गोइंग टू गेट मैनी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स अलॉन्ग विद दिस. ओके. 100+ सेशन है, चारों पार्ट कवर होंगे. थीम वाइज सेग्रीगेटेड डायग्राम, फ्लो चार्ट, जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट एनसीईआरटीज हैं. देखो, अगर हम सारी एनसीईआरटीज को कंबाइन कर दें, एंशिएंट, मिडिवल, मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड ऑफ वेरियस बोर्ड्स ऑफ इंडिया, तो 25 से 26 एनसीईआरटी निकल के आती हैं. उन सबको हमने कोहेरेंट फॉर्म में डिज़ाइन किया है सो दैट यू कैन लर्न द बेस्ट फ्रॉम दैट. ओके. बिकॉज देखो, हिस्ट्री में रिसर्चेज चलती रहती हैं. अभी तमिलनाडु की जो एनसीईआरटीज हैं, दे आर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इन कंपेरिजन टू द रिसेंट हिस्ट्री देन द प्रीवियस हिस्ट्री, जो कि आर एस शर्मा वगैरह, सतीश चंद्रा या फिर बिपिन चंद्रा ने लिखी है. दैट्स वाई वी आर कवरिंग ऑल द एनसीईआरटीज एंड दैट्स वाई 100+ सेशंस हो जा रहे हैं टोटल मिला के. देन 30+ वैल्यू एडेड आपको डॉक्यूमेंट मिलने वाले हैं, डेडिकेटेड आंसर राइटिंग सेशन मिलेंगे, जूम सेशंस भी करेंगे बाद में, ताकि आप लोगों की जितनी भी डाउट्स हों विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लर्निंग दे कुड बी सॉल्व्ड. ओवरऑल जो है आपको क्लास की पीपीटीज मिलेंगी, कंसेप्ट लिस्ट मिलेगा, पीवाईक्यूज, जितने भी पीवाईक्यूज हैं उनको अच्छे से हमने डिज़ाइन कर दिया ताकि आप सब उनको अच्छे से पढ़ सकें. माइंड मैप मिलेंगे पूरे सिलेबस के, वर्कबुक और लर्निंग असाइनमेंट्स मिलेंगे, एंड सेल्फ असेसमेंट टेस्ट, सो दैट वंस यू लर्न समथिंग तो साथ में उसको एटलीस्ट इवेल्युएट भी करना चाहिए ना, कि भाई हमें कुछ समझ में आया भी है, नहीं आया, एटलीस्ट जितना रिक्वायर्ड है वहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं या फिर नहीं पहुँचे हैं. तो आपको करना क्या है, व्हाट वी नीड टू डू दैट, सबसे पहले आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए. ठीक है. आपको एक स्पेसिफिक गूगल शीट मिलेगा, उसमें आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए. देन एज ऑल ऑफ अस अंडरस्टैंड, हर किसी के पास लिमिटेड स्लॉट्स हैं, तो आपको एक स्पेसिफिक कॉल आएगा, एंड दैट इज समथिंग विच वी आर कॉलिंग एट स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस. बिकॉज अगर हमें आपको ये सारी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करनी है, द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स विच वी कैन हेल्प, दे आर ऑलवेज लिमिटेड इन नेचर. सो अकेडमिक काउंसलर इज गोइंग टू कॉल यू, दे गोइंग टू हेल्प यू आउट, दे गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है. हो सकता है आप कॉलेज के फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, सेकंड ईयर में हो, थर्ड ईयर में हो, और यू मे हैव ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर सम टाइम एंड यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट. तो इसलिए हमें स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस चाहिए होगा. एंड फाइनली, ऑन द basis of this, you're going to get the benefit of this program.